His Excellency Muhammad Sadiq Sanjirani, Chairman of the Senate, His Excellency Asad Kaisa, Speaker of National Assembly, His Excellency Shah Mahmood Qureshi, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Asad Umar, Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives, His Excellency Khalid Mansour, Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on CPEC Affairs, His Excellency Shah Ali Arbab, Chairman of Parliamentary Committee on CPEC, Major General Babar Iftikhar, DG ISPR. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, today we celebrate the 72nd anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Pakistan, I would like to extend my warmest greeting to all the Chinese who work, live, and study in Pakistan. My heartfelt thanks also go to Pakistani friends from all walks of life who never support China's development and China-Pakistan friendship. In 1949, Chairman Mao Zedong solemnly declared the founding of the New China on the Tiananmen Square, opening a new chapter in Chinese history. The 72-year history of New China is a history of struggle of the Communist Party of China, which united and led the Chinese people to strive for the prosperity of the country and successfully brought historic changes to the country and a sharp rise in people's living standards. Under the leadership of the CPC, New China's GDP has reached 100 trillion yuan, and its per capita GDP has marked the 10,000 US dollars. It has been the world's second largest economy and has become the world's largest country in terms of industrial output, good trade volume, and foreign exchange reserves. The contribution of China to global economic growth has long been ranked first in the world. In New China, under the leadership of the CPC, nearly 800 million people have been lifted out of poverty, accounting for more than 70% population of the global poverty reduction during the same period. The average life expectancy has reached 77.3 years. People's cultural life has become more colorful. New China, under the leadership of the CPC, is increasingly approaching the center of the world stage. China is actively promoting an open world economy, advocating the joint construction of the Belt and Road, and promoting the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. The national pride and self-confidence of the Chinese people have greatly improved. No country is qualified to say that it can speak to China from the position of strength. 72 years ago, what the Chinese nation presented to the world was decline and decay. Today, the Chinese nation presents prosperity instead, and it is moving toward a great revival at a pace that no one can stop. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, this year is of special importance in the process of China's modernization. On 1st July, at the celebration of the 100th anniversary of the founding of the CPC, General Secretary Xi Jinping solemnly declared that China has realized the first centenary goal of building a moderately prosperous society in all respects. This means that China has brought about a historic resolution to the problem of absolute poverty, and are now marching toward the second centenary goal of building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects. This is a great and glorious accomplishment for the Chinese nation, for the Chinese people, and for the CPC. The 100-year-long history of the CPC and the more than 70-year-long history of the New China all provided ample evidence that without the CPC, there would be no New China and no national rejuvenation. The CPC has made seeking happiness for the Chinese people and rejuvenation for the Chinese nation as its aspiration and mission. As General Secretary Xi Jinping pointed out, the country is its people. The people are the country. The CPC has always been representing the fundamental interests of all Chinese people and standing with the Chinese people through thick and thin. The CPC has no special interests of its own and never represents the interests of any interest group, powerful group, or privileged class. The CPC upholds and develops socialism with Chinese characteristics and has created a new and unique path to modernization. The CPC has acquired a wealth of experience through its endeavors over the past 100 years and during more than 70 years of governance. The CPC actively learned from all the useful achievements of human civilization, welcome all helpful suggestions and constructive criticism. We will not, however, accept any preaching from those who feel they have the privilege to lecture on others. The CPC cares about the future of humanity and wishes to move forward with the progressive forces around the world. The CPC will continue to work with all peace-loving countries and peoples to promote the shared human values of peace, development, fairness, justice, democracy, and freedom. We will continue to champion cooperation over confrontation, to open up other than closing our doors, to focus on mutual benefits instead of zero-sum games, and oppose hegemony and power politics. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, this year also marks the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between China and Pakistan. The past 7 decades have been 70 years of empathy, mutual trust, and support between China and Pakistan. We have been standing side by side firmly with each other. At the crucial time when New China sought to break new ground in its foreign relations against external blockade, and at a vital moment when Pakistani nation security and dignity were at stake. On 21st May this year, President Xi Jinping exchanged congratulatory messages with Pakistani President Arif Alvi on the 70th anniversary of diplomatic ties. President Xi pointed out in his message, China and Pakistan are all-weather strategic cooperative partners and firmly support each other on issues concerning their respective core interests and major concerns. The mutual trust and friendship between the two countries have withstood the test of the changing international landscape over the past 70 years and always remain rock solid. The landmark project of China-Pakistan economic cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative, the building of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, has achieved fruitful results over the past 8 years. It has brought to Pakistan a total investment of $25.4 billion and 75,000 job opportunities at its peak. And it has provided 1/3 of Pakistan's electricity supply. Against the backdrop of COVID-19, there is no stop of the construction, no job cut, and no laid-off workers of the CPEC projects, which effectively support Pakistan in pandemic response and stabilizing the economy. The 10th CPEC Joint Cooperation Committee meeting has just been successfully held. Both sides agreed that the CPEC has achieved important early harvest goals, entered a new stage of enrichment and expansion, and reached new important consensus for high-quality development. Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic last year, China and Pakistan joined hands to help each other, which has set an example for global cooperation in this regard. We extended each other a helping hand timely to overcome difficulties, donated medical materials to each other, and jointly opposed the politicizing of the orange chasing of coronavirus. China has always put Pakistan as the priority for vaccine assistance and cooperation. As of now, China has provided about 80 million doses of vaccines for Pakistan, and will continue to do so till final victory over the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, as President Xi Jinping said, we are not alone on the great way, and the whole world is one family. In our journey toward the realization of the Chinese dream of national rejuvenation, it is fortunate to have Iron Brother Pakistan as company. In the future, let's continue to seek common development through joint efforts and make greater contributions to the building of a closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future in the new era, as well as the progress of human civilization. At last, I wish China and Pakistan, our two great nations, prosperity and strength. May China-Pakistan friendship be everlasting. Wish all the friends happiness and health.